Hi friends, so in this week's video, I decided it might be fun to do something a little bit different. I thought it might be interesting to give you guys a tour of my Procreate workspace and sort of how I have it laid out and everything within it. Before that though, joining me today are my two Love Lobster plushies. These guys are currently in production. Once the pre-orders are fulfilled, I will have the extras left over in my shop sometime in August to October probably. So that's these guys. This is Coral and this is Ruby. They will be helping me prop up my iPad today. Plus I thought it was just kind of aesthetic. So some general information. I first got an iPad and started using Procreate in my sophomore year of college. This was the fall of 2019. So I've been using Procreate and an iPad to draw literally exclusively, going on 5 years now. But as of right now, it's 4.5. Even though I make merch, I exclusively draw in Procreate. This is the program I use for literally everything I make. I don't use any Adobe programs or that kind of thing. The actual iPad I'm using is, I believe, an iPad Pro, specifically the 12.9 inch. I got this one 2 years ago, back in 2022. So when I open Procreate, this is how it looks for right now. I will preface by saying that no, I don't name any of my files. Procreate doesn't have a way to search within it, so I don't really see a point for me personally. If you name a file and export it, it would still keep that name, but I don't really export my files except to manufacture with them, and the names usually don't matter, so I don't bother. That's why none of them are named. So I'll just start breaking things down and we'll sort of go through everything, and hopefully this is entertaining or inspirational for you. Also, it is currently storming outside. I tried to set up the lighting as best as I could, so hopefully it's okay. So this is what I see as soon as I open my iPad. The front 2 rows normally, but in this case, the first 4 images. These are all works that I'm currently working on and am trying to finish. I have them out and not in their own stack because if I put it away, I probably won't remember it and I won't finish it. So I have them open and out individually, so I see them and pretty much am guilted into finishing them at some point, which in this case are these 4 pieces. I designed these 3 little clown possums and I'm making buttons for them. This is Clown in Training. And then this one is finished. This is Aspiring Clown. Then I have St. Patrick's Day Dill, ideally for next year. He just seems like the dad who would absolutely love St. Patrick's Day. And then this is a piece I am in theory working on for a YouTube video. I got this far day 1 and then I just haven't touched it in a good few weeks. So hopefully I get back to it. This is kind of a scraggler. I was commissioned to make this stream overlay by someone and I really liked how it turned out, so I wanted to offer it as a digital download. But I didn't want to just sell only the overlay and nothing else. So I made a few different screens for it, but there is more I would like to get around to doing. So until then, it's just kind of out. But that's it for that very top row. Moving on down, we have first a map of Wiltopia. I have this out near the top so I can have it as a reference because I'm still familiarizing myself with everything. I made this a couple of months ago, not too long ago. But this is the map of the world that all of my OCs live in. It's called Wiltopia. I tried to take the different aesthetics that I usually use in my art and create little lands for each of them. So Confetti Summit is birthday themed, Sugarberry is dessert themed, Flower Fields is where all of my nature-y characters go, like Sprout and their family. If you would like to see me make a whole video on my world and character lore, I would love to do it, just let me know. Next up, this is a Kickstarter project that I'm currently working on. Kickstarter has its own project stack, but since I'm currently working on this, I have this out so I don't forget about it. These are all of the final designs, which I just finished a few days ago. I really want to make dessert sprout pins, and right now I have 16 different designs. This is currently still a work in progress because, as I said, I just finished those designs a few days ago. Then I have all of the designs out individually, as well as the initial sketches. I still need to buy a Pantone book to pick out the colors for these guys. I don't own one yet, so I probably won't be able to finalize the designs, fully finalize the designs and launch the Kickstarter until probably July or August, but we'll see. Then I have this blank page kind of as a break. Next we have my digital sketchbooks. So I have a few different ones. We'll start with the top. Here's Chai coming to join us. I recently developed an interest in making very simple comics, 4-panel, like lifestyle, relatable stuff. I think it would be cute to sort of help people get to know my characters, especially Sprout and their family. So I just made this base. I have this set up through the Procreate Page Assist, so it makes pages. And I figured this would be an easy, straightforward way to sketch out my ideas. Right now I only have 2 I just started, and this type of content is really hard for me to come up with at the moment because I've never really done it before. But we have Sage cheering up Sprout with stickers on this one, and then a little comic about conventions. And that's it for this sketchbook so far. Next we have the one that I actually use. This is my go-to digital sketchbook that I'm using the most. Around every few months I swap between digital and traditional sketchbooks. Whenever I feel myself getting art blocked, I just go to the next one. But for right now, I really have been enjoying sketching digitally because I got a new brush. I am not totally positive if this is a Procreate default. I'm pretty certain it is, but it's just a script brush. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Procreate brush, but I have that set up to sketch and color in a way that I really enjoy. So I've been having a lot of fun sketching digitally. So this is the one that I'm using right now. I have quite a few pages so far. Every 6 months, I make a new digital sketchbook for the most part. So I'm probably nearing the end of this one. So far, I've been swapping out every October and then April. I also do have digital PDFs of all of my sketchbooks that you are about to see available as a digital download on my shop for a few dollars. Not this one, since obviously I'm not done, but the other ones that you will see I have. But in this sketchbook, I'll show you guys a few pages. These are some snack food / other themed dragons that I made based on Instagram story response suggestions from my followers. I'm working on a wedding mini product collection for June, so I have some sketches of that here. Here's where I sketched out those clown possums. I have some coffee cows and a little pride possum drawing, and then some miscellaneous stuff. Then when we go back before I found that brush, these were doodle requests from my Twitch, and yeah, this is my current digital sketchbook, but I also have my past ones in here as well. I also have this sketchbook here. These are all human sketches. This is where I do my figure drawing and human anatomy studies. I don't do it too often, but when I do, I put it here. These were some Pinterest studies. This was a human illustration I finished a month or 2 ago. Got some figure drawings, some timed sketches, and yeah, this is where I just put all my human stuff. But I have all of my past other sketchbooks in here as well. The earliest one I have down here is from 2021. This is a traditional sketchbook that I just took pictures of and edited, but I do keep it available because I'm always going back through my past ideas, looking for inspiration. Like I said with the others, this is fully available to buy from my shop if you are interested, but this was back in 2021, so quite a few years ago now. So yeah, just a bunch of miscellaneous older sketches. This was about a year after I started my shop, if that tells you anything about where I was at the time. Then I have different sketchbooks progressing after that. This one starts in October of 2021 and it ends 2 years ago, April of 2022. I usually go through and I sort of hide the sketches I have turned into drawings so that I know which ideas I have or haven't done. This was a Patreon concept page that I ended up doing. I was working on some branding before I was even Will Blossom. I was just going by my name at this point. Here are some sketches that I did For one of my college classes, we were going to like the Indianapolis Zoo a lot. This was for my ceramics class, that kind of thing. Then we have the next 6 months after that. Here is another Patreon concept page. I was trying to draw some of the cats that I've had throughout my life. Stardew sketch, some Halloween stuff. By the way, if you guys would ever like to see me do a digital sketchbook tour, sort of like this but longer, please let me know, because I would absolutely be interested in that, because I know that a lot of people focus mainly on traditional sketchbooks. This goes up until last April. Here's where I kind of started to sketch with color digitally. But yeah, Chai is literally cleaning herself right now. And then we have my last digital sketchbook. This is the one that I finished back last October. I haven't blocked off these, so they're open pages. Also, I'm so sorry if the lighting is a little off. Trying to get it to focus on the screen and not wash out the colors is a bit of a challenge at the moment. But here I was sketching different sprouts. I have these zodiac sprouts, which I did turn into stickers in my shop. And then same with these, strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla lover. Then some holiday themed ones. I did some Taylor Swift sketches. And this is where I came up with Sprout's family. I first started with this sketch of a dad and a mom. I drew them again and again, trying to conceptualize what their flower on their head would be. Then I ended up landing on a whole family, including Tulip, which is Sprout's girlfriend. But yeah, that is the gist of the last sketchbook. And that is pretty much this whole section. It's just digital sketchbooks. We have another break. Then we have the meat of my Procreate. This is where most of the stuff is. First, we are starting off with my shop update stack. So if you didn't know, you can stack your canvases in Procreate. The way that you do this is you hit select and then you tap on all of the things you want to stack and then you hit stack. It's that simple. So that's how I made all of my stacks, just for anyone who does not know. So when we open my shop updates stack, I have everything divided up with different canvases, sort of just labeling what the following canvases are. We start off with to be determined. These are finished designs that I want to make into products, but I just don't know where to fit them quite yet. That right now is my coffee cows, this birthday sprout doodle that I did, this print of a coffee cat. But then after that, I have everything split up by actual updates. For me, I do monthly shop updates, so this is by month. Once I have ordered something and received them, for the most part, I move them out. So I've ordered most of May's items, including these sticker books, but I haven't gotten them yet. And I don't want to forget that I'm waiting on them, so I still have them in here. But the update that I'm currently working on and have to finish by the end of this month is my June shop update. I normally have holidays and occasions written on some of the months. So for June, that's Pride. If we scroll down to November, that's when I usually release Christmas products a little early, that kind of thing. So within each month section, here's how I break it down. This is just what works for me, but here's how I do it. First, I have any enamel pins, which for June is this little shrimp fried rice pin. These are usually visually distinct and the most expensive, and things I order way ahead of time. So I've already ordered this guy, so I have them at the very front. Then after that, I have all of my bulky items that I normally order from the same manufacturer. This normally includes acrylic charms / keychains, buttons, that kind of thing. In this case, that is this button and these 2 keychains. Same with the sticker books as well. After that, I normally put any sticker sheets, which in this case is this little moon phases cat design. Then I have all of my stationery projects, which is sticky notes, notepads, planners, that kind of thing. Which right now is this beach notepad and this shrimp fried rice sticky note design. Then I have prints. I put the not technically prints, but I still get them at the same manufacturer, so they are grouped. That includes greeting cards and bookmarks, so these two. Then I have the actual prints that is pretty straightforward. And then after that, I have all of the stickers that I'm going to order for that shop update, which is normally quite a few rows. And then I just repeat it with each month. The great thing about setting it up this way is that I can visually see, for the most part, what each update has. So like what overall aesthetic is, or what products I have not enough of. And it helps me work ahead so that I can have a buffer. Like right now it is early to mid-April. I have May's shop update fully done and ordered. I have June's almost totally done. And then I have a decent amount of July's done, probably about 40%. And then I already have stuff slotted into almost every other month. When I draw something, I just put it where I think it'll fit best, which means I have stuff here in September because I was just feeling like an autumn theme. So I drew this squash puppy, and so it just goes there. And a few months ago, I was in a Christmas mood, so I drew Christmas stuff, and now I have that for this November. And I have stuff all the way up until next March. So I try to work as far ahead as I can, just in case if I'm in like an art slump or anything were to happen, I have designs already planned. And then once I'm done with a month, I just move it down here to the bottom and the cycle starts again. Here at the very end, I have my unused. These are designs that I either finished or conceptualized that I'm not sure if or when I want to turn them into products, but I have them here just so I have them. This includes this peanut butter and jelly dino. I'm just not sure what kind of product I want to turn this into yet. And then I have a dino purse concept, a washi tape that I never did anything with, pretty much that kind of thing. And that is where I plan the bulk of what I do. Next we have another big one, and that is my works in progress. Now, these really aren't works in progress. Once they're in here, I pretty much don't touch them. But I do keep them just in case I am ever inspired by them. This is essentially stuff that I started and then abandoned. Really, it should be a graveyard more than works in progress, but here we are. I have a lot, like a lot of stuff in here. This little sick sprout, which actually I will 100% grab this at some point and use it. I tried to draw Leah from Stardew Valley because she is my favorite. I love Leah so much. And a lot of this stuff is from wildly different years. I have stuff from 2022 all the way up until like now. Here is another Stardew piece I tried to do and then just gave up. These were dessert dogs that I tried to do. This little carnival design. These are seasonal sprout soft enamel pins that I would like to make, but I just don't have the money at the moment. So maybe one day. I tried to draw the Little Mermaid when the live action version came out earlier. I don't even know if it was this year or not, or last year or something, you know, whenever. Speaking of Ariel, got another one of her. That is the gist of my works in progress folder. Next, we have my Patreon folder. I don't have a cover for this one, but I have all of my future Patreon months planned out here. I also don't have dividers for these, but I probably should at some point. The first 4 are this month's, which I will eventually move into the past Patreon stack, which we'll get to. But then we have next month, so May's, which is Teapot Dragons, June, which is Sage themed, so on and so on. I have planned all the way up until December with just rough concepts towards the end of the year. After that, this is just kind of a conceptual area. Like, I wanted to do an 80s prom themed rewards month, and I just sort of wrote it down real quick so I would remember it. Then we have these pin designs that I never ended up using, a like grocery themed month that I sketched out 2 ideas for, My Patreon right now is 2 pins and 2 stickers. I was trying to plan out yearly theme ideas. And yeah, that's what I have for the current and future Patreon section. Then we have my past Patreon, which, like it says, is literally all of my past rewards, all the way from last month back way into the past. I don't have every single set of past rewards here. When I moved iPads 2 years ago, I didn't bring all of them over. I do have a lot of them though, pretty much up until June of 2021, and that's where things start to get a little spotty. I also have some digital downloads that I've made for my patrons in here, and yeah. Then I have my monthly shop freebies. Every month my shop has a new free sticker and print that are included with all of the orders. Up here at the top I have the freebie print backing. I pretty much just swap out this image and the date and number here at the top. So I have this at the front so I can just swap it and then download it. This one kind of goes in reverse order. So I have all of my past freebies here at the bottom. So it starts here and it goes all the way up until this month, which is April. And then I have May's as well, which I already ordered. Then I have Divider and the future months at the top. So like these are June, wedding themed, July, August, September, October, November, and then December. That's as far as I've gotten. Then I have some empty ones just in case I have an idea so I can sketch them in. And then at the bottom, I have my unused ideas, like this Toby and Shy Halloween design, this little butter pancake puppy. Then I have another divider and the next section, which is kind of miscellaneous non-product types of things. Starting with my store graphics, this is literally all of the graphic design that I do for my shop. This includes like my business card, my logo and different variations of it. When I order my bulkier products like my keychains, I have little graphics for that. I have my convention panels. This is where I design those. Whenever I have convention graphics, that goes here as well. Each month I swap my shop announcement banner carousel to show that this month's freebies as well as Patreon rewards. So I have that in here. Whenever I run sales, I also have those. And yeah, pretty much anything graphical that I make goes in here. Then this is a newer stack that I've made. This is product templates. I got tired of not knowing the specifications for my different products, so I have this stack, so they're just right here and I can grab them. Like my sticker book template, my bookmark template, I pretty much just duplicate it and then I have it set. Whenever I make my trading cards, I have that here and I can just alpha lock and fill the colors. I have like my greeting card layout here, that kind of thing. Then we have my YouTube stack. This is where I make all of my thumbnails as well as different assets that you see in different videos, like my sprouts, my vlog animation. Then we have my Kickstarter stack, which is where I have my past Kickstarters as well as my conceptual future ones. So like the last one I did were these Pride Milkshake stickers and charms. Then I have some future ones that I'd like to do, like these plant sprout designs. I'd like to do different gacha themed cows, like mint ice cream and alien. And then I also sketched these dessert cats. I have the Neapolitan one as like a pin, sticker, and print in my shop right now. But I also have cotton candy and cookie dough. I think it would be really fun to make these into plushies. Maybe one day. After that, I have my collab stack. This is where I put my collabs with other artists. And also up there, because this is all I can show you for now. Then I have my NDA work, which right now is just one thing, but since I can't show it, it is behind that. Then I have my monthly Patreon graphic. I actually should probably move this up here so it's closer to the Patreon stuff. But this is where I have my graphic that I use to share this month's Patreon rewards. I just swap out the like details and images. After that, we have my backing cards. These are the designs that I use for my enamel pin backings, which I do for my Patreon and that month's shop pin. So this will be May's Patreon pin backing. And like this is the one for June, my shrimp fried rice. I have all of those in here, and this also includes my like mailer stickers. So like this is the one that I currently use for all of my packages, but I also have my past ones in here, like these guys. After that, we have another break, and this is all of my actual products. I tried to be as specific as I could. Some are a lot bigger than others. First, we have apparel. I have not done much with this. A lot of these are old and stuff I haven't actually made. With these product stacks, I try my best to only have active products in them, like stuff I would restock and such, but in a lot of instances I forget, like with some of this stuff, so not much in the apparel at the moment. Next, we have my books and journals. These are my sticker books as well as like my lay flat journals and sketchbooks and stuff. Like this is a journal I currently have in my shop. Then we have my Sprouts Sticker Ranch sticker book. Next are my bumper stickers. These are all ones that are currently in my shop for real. Then we have buttons. This one's a little bit bigger. I should move that to product templates. We'll see if I ever remember to. This one's pretty simple and straightforward. Next, we have my charms / keychains. Those files are normally set up a little different, so I have them here on their own. Then we have lanyards. This is a newer one, so it's pretty small. I have the 3 lanyards that are currently in my shop, which is this Love Lobster, this Christmas design, and this fall design. I have my miscellaneous products. These are ones that I just don't have enough of to make their own stacks at the moment, like mouse pads and pencil pouches, hair claws, this patch, which I don't sell anymore, and I haven't made a new patch in years at this point. Then we have my enamel pins. Once again, I have not made all of these, like these guys. I drew and then just never did anything with. Then we have plushies. This is almost entirely conceptual. I've only made 3 of the ones in here, which are down here. I have no clue what these 2 are for. But I have my concepts in here as well, like the dessert cats, but also I have like a peppermint puppy concept. These are pretty old. Butter dog, a sprout plushie, which I'm trying to conceptualize, but their shape is so specific. I don't know if it'll ever translate very well to a plushie. Lastly, in this section, I got this idea from literally a dream where you have a fabric flower drawstring bag and it'll be like velvety. And that's where the plushies come. So it's a surprise or just to store them. But they are flower themed bats and they would be scented. I have no clue if I can ever make these, but I really liked the idea. Then we have my prints, which, you know, they're just a bunch of prints that I have. Stationery, these are sticky notes, notepads, that kind of thing. Same with the stickers. This is the biggest one by far. This is 348 different designs. So, yeah, there's a lot. Not all of these are active designs in my shop, but I just don't get around to sorting them most of the time. Once I've ordered products for a shop update, I move them to the bottom because I will be making new arrival graphic with them. But once that's done, they get organized into the various stacks. Here I have my sticker sheets. I don't have a ton at the moment, and some of these are old designs. Then my digital products, which are like phone wallpapers and printable coloring pages. Then we have another break and some miscellaneous stuff. First are my adopts. I have both unsold and sold designs. Then various commissions that I've done. I have one Your Character Here base that I have active via my commissions right now. So I just have all of those separate on their own. But that is like my sellable artwork type of thing. Adopts, commissions, Your Characters Here. Then we have my animations. This has mostly college stuff. A lot of it's old. I did make this like 2 days ago though. A little proposal sprout. Putting my animation degree to good use. But then we have some older stuff, like this puppy jumping into some ice cream, and like this running Blue from Blue's Clues. Here's where I have my original characters. These are specifically my human ones. I don't really have time to draw them for the most part anymore, but when I do, they go here. So I have like this deer girl that I drew in college, this honeysuckle fairy, this rose girl, and I have my various Twitch assets. These are emotes and that kind of thing that I made for both me and my friend. Like, here's where I have some of them together. Oh, chai, please. And like, here is my Twitch overlay. Another break, and then I have my yearly section. So if I have finished a piece of art and it wasn't for a product, or I don't turn it into a product and I have no intentions to, I put them in here. And I have works from 2020 apparently. So not a lot for this year, not a lot for last year either, but I have stuff like this first ever Sprout enamel pin concept when I still drew them totally differently because I had just designed them not that long ago. I have some fan art that I abandoned because I don't sell fan art anymore. I have this piece of Minecraft art, for example. For some reason I have my Frappe cat sketches in here, I'm not sure why. This Santa Sprout that I never did anything with. 2022 has more, like this cat Miku. This depressed chicken. And sometimes when I retire designs, I do put them in their corresponding years if I remember when I drew them. I drew this when I hit 20K on Twitter, I believe. I drew this diseased rat. 2021 by far has the most. That is 230 different images. To be fair, a lot of this is just retired fan art and such. Like, this was one of, if not my actual first ever thank you print design. I drew these dogs playing volleyball and didn't do anything with it. This was a piece I did for a Bratz zine back in 2021. A little cardboard princess cat. Then we have 2020, which this has some of my earliest ever shop designs in it. These were some of the first designs that I ever did for my shop for the most part. Like this little peppermint skunk. This was some prop designing I did back when I wanted to work in the animation industry. I used to draw a lot of Barbie fan art, like this. Then we have college. This is some of the stuff that I made in college digitally. I was in a children's book class and I was the character designer and human illustrator for that, so I have a bunch of stuff from that in here. We had like 3 months to make this thing from scratch, so it's very rushed, most of it, but I'm pretty proud of a lot of what I did in that class. And then I have a bunch of sketches for some different classes. Like, here are my, I think, final character designs for that class, but I have all of my sketches leading up to it in here as well. If you guys would like to see me do a whole video showing off my college classwork, let me know that as well. Here are some concepts I did for the covers. Then I have some sketches for one of my class's senior films, which I was also doing a little character design on. Then I have my storyboarding class, which I did not enjoy very much, but you can see some of the stuff here. I was still online because of COVID at this point. Like, we had to do a Rube Goldberg machine with this. I certainly did my best. This was a 5-second animation that we had to do my senior year, or I think my junior year. I put very little effort into a lot of these projects because at this point I was fully self-employed. But like I said, that could be its whole video, a whole video on its own. Then we have miscellaneous. This is stuff that isn't art related at all, for the most part. Then I have my art fight folder. This is where I put my yearly art fight attacks. I kind of have them split up by year. Then we have retired. This is 546. This is all of the designs that I either never sold or sold at one point and then, you know, retired. Then I have a series that I've been working on, a project I've been working on. This is taking all of the different US states and making little cat designs out of them. Like this is my finished North Carolina one, which is currently a sticker in my shop. But in here, I mostly have the designs I still need to do, which is about 30 or so. Like this is my work in progress of Wyoming, but I have all of them sketched out. Then I have a reference of Sprout and their family here, just so I have it easy to grab. And then last but not least, we have the very bottom of my Procreate. This is this month's shop products. Like I said, once I ordered them, I moved them out of the shop update stack and at the bottom of here so that I remember what exactly I am doing for this shop update. And so I have them here so I can save them and make my new product graphic. So this is what I have for May. And then once I make that graphic and I have everything, I will eventually pick them all up and move them into their respective product folders. But with that, we have reached the end of my Procreate. Right now, this is all I have in here. I hope this was like entertaining, helpful for those of you who also use Procreate. If you have any questions about how I do things further, let me know. I would be happy to answer. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you got this far. And I will see you in the next one.